pleasant good evening and welcome to SAT TV's Channel 9 Evening News. I am Nisha Charles.
And I am Deslin Joseph.
And we are your presenters for the evening. Thank you for joining us. Among the major developments, students to benefit from computer literacy program.
U.S. to deploy surveillance drone over the Caribbean.
Pregnant Malaysian shooter eyes Olympic gold.
And in sports, WICB to pay Sawan $1 million.
Details of these and other stories after the break.
SAT Telecoms Ltd has obtained the exclusive rights to the 2012 Olympic Games held in the United Kingdom, and these games are the largest in history to date. The impact of these games will bring millions of viewers to the television screen. SAT Telecommunications is a supporter of the Olympics, and in extension, we support the sportsmen and the women of Dominica. Join hands with SAT Telecommunications Ltd and support our sportsmanship. Gold sponsorships at $20,000, silver at $10,000, and bronze at $5,000. Support local, support SAT Telecommunications Ltd, the people's choice. Join hands with us. Come and sign up for your digital TV connection today. We got the sharpest, cleanest, brightest digital TV connection. No antiquated analog service, only pure digital, and many new packages coming soon. With latest in sports, movies, children programming, and much more. So if you have your flat screen TV and you want to see quality TV, join now. Sign up today for your digital television. Support local, support SAT Telecommunications Ltd, the people's choice.
Thank you for staying with us. Leader of the United Workers' Party, Mr. Edison James, says that the behavior at Parliament was disgraceful, disrespectful, and biased, and he has never seen anything like this in his 20 years of experience.
The last Parliament, to me, in my 20 years experience associated with the Parliament directly, that was the most disgraceful Parliament that I've ever been a part of. Disgraceful because the government side, led by Mr. Skerrit, behaved with such puerile impishness when they decided that the reply to the budget must happen the next day. You saw them almost high-fiving each other. That was the most puerile, impish behavior that I ever seen in the Parliament from big people. And then the Speaker came to the fore in the most glorious way when she decided that the House decision would be overruled. That has to do with Mr. Green moving a motion for me to have 10 more minutes to complete my presentation.
Mr. James explains what happened in details about the motion and the behavior towards that request.
Motion was put to that effect by Mr. Green, seconded by Mr. John, I think it was. The motion was then put to the House, and the House said yes, the motion was carried. For the Speaker, Mrs. Boyd Knight, to have set aside the decision, because this time is no longer a motion, it's a decision of the House, to have set that aside and to urge the government side to put another motion, to entertain that motion, and to say that that motion carried is the most disgraceful thing I've seen in the House.
He says the opposition needs to hear the public's voice.
We would like to hear the public, those, especially those people who are saying, go back to the House. We'd like to hear from them because we have taken action in the House that is available to us. It had to do with the matter of 4 questions. We end up in the court finding us in first instance in total $204,000. We appealed the appeal court. The appeal court said, interestingly, that they cannot, what did they say? They cannot supervise the Speaker. So the court cannot supervise the Speaker. And indeed, that is probably what she was guided by.
Leader of the opposition, Mr. Hector John, says that they were all shocked when they witnessed this behavior.
As the official opposition, when that happened, we were all shocked because we got support from the other side in terms of giving Mr. James the extra 10 minutes. And we looked and she just stood there and she said, ask if there's any other motion. Yeah, and we were shocked by it. And as I say, how are we dealing with it? We continue to make the public aware. We continue to do what we can as a party inside to address the situation in the best possible way.
Mr. John believes that Speaker of the House and the Prime Minister work hand in hand, and the House of Assembly should be called the House of Labour. He added that the Speaker of the House does not make it easy for them.
But the Speaker is not making it easy not for only the opposition. the official opposition, but for Dominicans. And it's a very, as you said, Carla, it's an uphill battle for all of us. She has the government on her side. She has every thing in the parliament on her side. She has the powers, she's in charge, that's how she behaves. And I think it's everything they will maybe take it to court. And you know the process with the courts, Carla, and that is, we will do our best, but we'll continue to persevere as the official opposition.
As part of the effort to enhance Dominica's human resource, the Youth Development Division has commenced a summer computer literacy program. The program, which will run from July 16th to August 24th at a number of youth centers island-wide, such as Portsmouth, Roseau, Castle Bruce, Grand Bay, and Wesley. One of the facilitators conducting the summer program in Roseau, Ms. Lucia Joseph, says this program has an age range of 7 to 16, so there's a mixture of students in this very educational summer program.
Basically what they are doing and what they will be doing is getting to know about the computer and the different programs that are being used on the computer. So a basic aspect of the different Microsoft Office Word, so that's basically what we're going to be teaching them. Excel, Publisher, PowerPoint, how to create cards, how to create flyers, how to type letters. So currently we are working on Microsoft Word, and then later on we'll also, we also on a Friday we also have fun activities. So it's not only about computers. We actually want the children to get involved and take part in, in the library and all of the stuff. So we actually do some of the stuff too.
Ms. Joseph pointed out that the students will be introduced to various computer concepts and programs such as Microsoft Office Word 2007, Microsoft Office Excel 2007, Microsoft PowerPoint and Publisher 2007, in addition to the internet and email. She said that this program has been going on for a number of years, but after a brief pause, it has been reignited since many students stay idle during the summer holiday, so instead they will be engaged educationally rather than just staying home. Ms. Joseph says she's actually surprised at the computer knowledge of the students, so they are just adding more to that knowledge.
Some of the other activities that's going to be taking place, well, first of all, we had a movie day where we watched an educational movie. Also, we are taking them to the library to get registered with the public library and learn how to research in the library when they're using the library, how to research in the library. What other things? We're going to have a sports day where they actually interact with other children, not only their classmates right here. So we'll also be having a sports day with the other youth centers, which is in Grand Bay, Castle Bruce, Portsmouth, and around the country. So we're actually teaching them how to work together with each other.
The facilitator explains that the students will come out of this program with a lot more knowledge than they started with, so it is something that will be very beneficial to them and their parents. She said that some of the students don't get the chance to use computers in primary school, but this program will prepare those who will enter high school soon, so it will not be all new to them, as their minds would have been familiar with various necessary aspects of computers. She pointed out one of the difficulties faced with the students during the program.
Some of the students, they know much about Facebook and the networking sites, and what probably needs to happen is that their parents need to get them more involved in actually working with the other stuff that's on the computer, and not only the networking sites like Twitter and Facebook and MSN, because they know a lot about that, but when it comes to probably Microsoft Word and typing a letter, there they kind of have a drawback. So I think that's the only setback that we're having, that they know more about networking than they actually know about using Microsoft Word and Microsoft Publisher.
Ms. Joseph says that at the end of the program, what she would like to see are all the students be more knowledgeable of the program that are installed on their computers and focus less on the networking aspect, which they do a lot of.
Children at the young age need to get more involved in using the computer, actually using the main parts of the computer, knowing what it is about, because we are getting to a computerized world. So therefore I think that they need to be more involved in learning to do different stuff or different activities on the computer other than just playing games, because there are a number of things that they could do on it, and the parents also need to get involved. The parents that know about computing need to get their children involved and sit with their children and teach them what they know, because they came here thinking that it is about playing games, and now they realize that the computer has a lot more to offer. They can do a lot more things on it.
The sessions will run from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. for Roseau, but the out districts have a morning session from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and an afternoon session from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Dominicans who previously could not afford to stay in a hotel will now have the chance, as the Discover Dominica Authority will soon launch a staycation program for the summer of 2012. The staycation packages will be discounted prices aimed at locals, which will be offered by a number of participating hotels. Marketing executive at the Discover Dominica Authority, Ms. Daphne Vidal, who is responsible for France and the French West Indies markets, says this is also in an effort to increase occupancy at the hotels during a time called a slow period between June and September.
The whole concept of this staycation is so that Dominicans can get to know what Dominica has to offer, and in that way they will be better able to promote it to other Dominicans living in Dominica and out of Dominica and to visitors as a whole. There are a number of sites and attractions in Dominica that some of us Dominicans who live on one part of the island may not know. So the purpose of this staycation is to get Dominicans to discover their country and to know their country.
Ms. Vidal highlighted some of the participating hotels.
Some of the properties will be participating in Staycation 2012 are the Fort Young Hotel, Regents Hotel in Portsmouth, Picard in Portsmouth and Portsmouth Beach Hotel, the Anchorage Hotel and Whale Watch. Anchorage Hotel is also offering specials for whale watching for residents. Comfortel de Chat in Portsmouth, Comfort Cottages at Terplat, close to Pebush, Seacliff Cottages, Rosalie Bay Resort, Hibiscus Valley Inn in Concord, and Rainforest Riding is the tour operator who has come on board for the first time this year to provide horseback riding.
Ms. Vidal said that the hoteliers are always excited to take part in the staycation program, as it gives them a chance to fill normally vacant rooms, as they offer many discounted prices.
The staycation program targets locals and persons who reside in Dominica. The rates, most of the rates are for a 2-night stay, or it could be extended longer based on what the person wants. But most of the staycation rates are for 2-night weekend stays. In fact, one of our properties, Comfortel de Chat, has told us that for July, every weekend in July, they were completely booked out for staycation stays. So it's something that the hoteliers think it's a good initiative.
She mentioned that in 2011, most of the persons who took part in the staycation program at one of the hotels were for honeymoons, which was a good sign.
There are different packages that are suited to different budgets. If with the discounted prices, you may not be able to spend 2 nights, you can spend 1 night with the discounted prices. Or if you cannot take advantage of the rooms at the property, you could probably have a meal at the hotel. If you cannot have a meal, you could have a drink. So that it's all about patronizing the hotel, patronizing the property, and doing something that will help you to discover Dominica more. Maybe a stay at a hotel might be too expensive for you, but perhaps you can go whale watching, perhaps you can go horseback riding, perhaps you can do one of the tours at Hibiscus Valley Inn, the river tubing tour, or some of the other tours that they offer.
The marketing executive says in the upcoming years, the staycation program, which started out small, will be looking to expand by including restaurants and getting more tour operators involved to facilitate more tours. She went on to say they would like to tailor it as a full package where it would include hotels, staycation offers, excursions, and restaurants. Ms. Vidal said that the Discover Dominica Authority will host a staycation promotion event where they will be launching the program on Saturday, July 28th, outside of the Prevost Cinema from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and all are invited to learn more about the staycation program. The staycation program was started in 2011 and is an annual event.
This year, as part of Public Service Day celebrations, indoor and outdoor games will be held. The celebration is dubbed Our Public Service Transforming, Modernizing, and Positively Changing. The indoor games will take place on Friday, July 27 from 4:30 p.m. on the ground floor of the government headquarters. UD John District Sports Officer says that he wants the indoor games, including Scrabbles, drafts, and dominoes, to be a family event.
What we'll be doing, we'll be setting up a big game center downstairs on the ground floor of the government headquarters. And what we will be having is to create an atmosphere for both competition and for socialization. So, for example, we'll be having the dominoes, and there'll be competition tables as well as fun tables where you could just come and participate, just play domino and have some fun.
The public service realizes the need to be productive in the workplace and re-energize fortnightly or monthly, and is urging the general public to come and socialize as part of the games.
Culturally, on a Friday in Dominica, especially when we have the month end, we would normally see guys and go on the, use the word quote unquote, free up by a rum shop, an area where there's some music and people just socialize and relax at the end of a hard working day and maybe for a hard working month as well. And so we recognize the importance of that in terms of productivity and re-energizing oneself. And so we're going to provide that kind of atmosphere with some music.
During the games, different sports clubs will be responsible for providing eats and drinks and also a fundraiser. He expects both public and private sector workers to take part in these games. On Saturday, August 25th, they will be having a basketball festival, and on the 26th, a family fun day will be held.
What we're hoping to happen on that day is to come out and be engaged in a number of different sports in a festival type at the Windsor Park. And we're expecting to have I should say the Prime Minister had taken an initiative for healthy lifestyles within the public service, and have done that weekly exercise program that you get 1 hour off to do that program where we do aerobics at the stadium and do some exercising. The morning of the 26th on Sunday, it will start off with activity followed by a cricket festival.
After the cricket festival, there will be Rounders Festival and then a football festival. The main event will select a team from the public service that will play the DBS Dream Team in the football match.